Okay, so I'm gonna record an extremely late video. It's like 4 in the morning. And you're probably like, well, Ryan, why are you up at 4 in the morning? And all I gotta say is I've been playing CyberPunk 2077 because the anime came out today. And I really wanted to watch it. But I also figured, hey, I should probably finish the game before I play or watch the anime. Even if it doesn't have spoilers or anything, I'd rather like get all the references and stuff. Oh my. I have just a few things to say about the game, and I just want to put them in a video because I do think it's an interesting game. I think the like base story is not great in certain parts, and especially the ending feels extremely rushed. And before you say like, well, maybe your ending was just bad, I watched a video about all of the endings. I've seen all of them now. I personally I did two of them. So I got the first one that I got the first run was the Pan Am ending where you become a nomad, which is a wholesome ending, kind of. It's kind of like the most wholesome out of all of them, in my opinion. But it's still really sad because you probably fucking died in like 6 months. I mean, maybe not, but that's what I think would have happened. And not that a sad ending is a bad thing. A sad ending is usually actually a good thing. It's just, and I really do think the ending, like the actual ending mission, was great. But it seriously, it felt like we did. I went from one mission that was like really not like chill, but it felt like we were like midway there to final mission, and then it makes you play for like fucking 4 hours straight. That was not great. But I will say a few other things. First of all, the side quests in this game are fucking amazing. I normally hate side quests, like doing them as a grind or anything, because they're usually just like a grind. Even in my favorite games, a lot of the side quests are a grind. Like in Ghost of Tsushima, a lot of the side quests are just like a silly, like, chase this guy, kill the things here, now leave. Cyberpunk, it was not that. The side quests, I had a side quest that I played where I was just like hanging out with some dude I met and his fucking like nieces and nephews, and we played a game of fucking like a VR game. It was fucking ridiculous. Like theirs was some weird side quests. There's car chases ones. They were all really fun though. Like straight, I think all of them were extremely fun. I honestly think the side quest was one of my favorite parts of the game. My actual favorite part of the game, though, if you are wondering, other than I was gonna say the environment, the world that this game is amazing. Like they set up a perfect world. I'm honestly, it's kind of a shame that I'm gonna guess, aren't gonna make a sequel. Problem, and I think they really could have if they just didn't mess up the launch of this game so badly. I mean, I'm hoping they do, because I think this game is like, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's like really good. The world that it's in is amazing. And then, so the other thing that I really enjoyed was Johnny Silverhand, which is the Keanu Reeves. Amazing. He was just so cool, like actually fun to have in the game. And I actually really did grow to like him. And on that note, almost all the characters in this game are actually like cracked. Like the characters are great. Like almost all of them are extremely good. But as I will, I'll get into the things that I didn't really like, which I already said one, which was the game really did feel like it ended too fast. Like it feels like 1 second you were like, I'm okay. I'm just gonna spoil it actually, because fuck it, the game's been out for like 2 years now. But so you get in the mission, and to be fair, I might be misremembering things. As you can tell, it is extremely dark. I'm so tired, but it's you have a mission where you're getting on a float and you're talking. And to be fair, I think it was the 27th mission, but I took like a 3 month gap in between these final missions because I finished like half the story, I thought, and then I got back on 2 days ago and just started grinding, and I finished so much, but it seriously feels like you went from like float mission to just everything. The info, it feels like an info dump, but it's not really because there's a bunch of cutscenes and a bunch of fights and shit. But it's like, and I guess, oh yeah, and the other ending I got, by the way, is the ending with the secret ending with Johnny, because like I said, I did enjoy the side quest. It was a pretty good ending. I actually like the secret ending a lot more, just because it fits them better. I think the Nomad ending is a like wholesome ending, but I really don't think it's that good of an ending. Like it's the happiest, but as an ending for the game, it's kind of ass because it's like, yeah, you didn't become a legend. Well, you probably did, but they don't really talk about it. Fucking like everybody is dead. Like straight up every for my playthrough, anyone that I could have saved was dead. Most likely, like Saul was dead. Fucking anyone who could have possibly died was dead. It was real bad. And then the secret ending saved a few of them, but it was just a cooler way to go out. Like it was just you stormed the fucking place by yourself and you just brutalize the what was it, Arasaka Tower, and you just brutalize all of them. Fucking cool ending. But once again, I'll go into the bad things now. It's still got some serious fucking bugs. Like most of I think the bad ones have been patched out, but the game just sometimes has fucking bugs. Like I had this thing where I would not there was a mission that just simply would not start. So I had to wait for like 2 hours just walking around the world doing random like side collectible quest things. And eventually I just loaded my last save and I instantly got the thing that was letting me do the mission. That was pretty frustrating because I wasted like 3 hours of my time on that. That's the biggest bug I saw. The rest of them were kind of just animations and stuff, which do suck in a game like this because I think the environment is a big part of the game. And just another thing, this is if you're looking for like an interesting open world outside of just side quests, like a good example of this, in my opinion, is like as much I well, okay, let's get this clear. I don't hate Red Dead 2, but Red Dead 2 I think is extremely overrated. I think it's a good game, but I don't think it's nearly as good as a lot of people say. The story's amazing. Story is absolutely amazing, but the actual game, parts of it I don't really like. But it had amazing world. Like you would just be exploring and you would find so much shit that was so interesting. Like for instance, you might have stumbled across a fucking UFO in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't actually like do give you anything from what I recall, but it's just kind of cool. You just look at it and you're like, "Damn, that was kind of cool." Cyberpunk, you're walking around on the street and everybody has this like same animations, doing the same jump and or doing the same like walking. Don't even get me started on the cars. I have never played a game with a worse vehicle system than this. And I don't really blame him because like I was kind of going in I wasn't going in expecting GTA level, but I was like, "Hey, I feel like most games by now are at like, hey, you can at least make it GTA level." This was not GTA level. Well, two things. Cops, this is a completely unrelated kind of, but it mainly happened when I was in the car. I would accidentally hit someone on the sidewalk or something. It'd be like, police detected or police warrant, blah, blah, blah. And dude, the police were so fucking useless. They need to rework them. Because, like, straight up, I could do anything and it would not matter. I could literally do anything and it would just be fine. But that's another thing. Cars in general are just bad. Oh, cars also bugged out. There was one mission where you had to be on some bikes in Pan Am's quest line, and my bike just completely vanished off the face of the earth. So I had to run like 500 fucking meters. It was so ass. But there's small bugs still, and they're not too bad usually. And like I said, story's decent. Side quests are amazing. Like if you want to know my top things in this game, it goes world building. If I was to rate the world building, it's like a straight up 10 out of 10. It is so fucking cool. I just wish like more thought was put into the small, well not the small things, but like the animations and stuff like that. And then so world building slash world in general. Then like second tier down, it's like 90 or 85 Side characters are amazing. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm not talking about V, V is fine. Like he really is. He's not the best protagonist or anything, but he is interesting enough. Like he's like a solid 675 or something. Because 50 is average for me, and 75 is pretty good, to be honest. Like he is a pretty fun character. I think most video game protagonists are some of the most boring motherfuckers. There's occasional good ones like Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. I think he's probably one of my favorites, and like Kratos and those types of guys are pretty cool usually. But I was expecting V to be like just boring as fuck, but he isn't completely boring. Like there's actually some stuff that happens in the story that is extremely interesting, and I like to see him talking about it. And my third favorite thing, probably, probably honestly, just like the whole entire choices thing. It's nowhere near as good as something, let's say, is like, I don't know, go Detroit Become Human, which I know isn't really fair because that game is like the choice game. But like they also said this game's choices matter. Barely. There's like it's less of the choices matter and more of did you do these quest lines, because then it will matter, but if you didn't do that then it's going to be the same no matter what, which I do kind of not like. I tend to prefer it when the actual choices matter, especially when they say that they do, but even still I think there was some pretty cool things. Like you can save a lot. Like I was looking back, you could save like everybody, and everyone I tried to save died. So I'm just not good like that, I guess. In Detroit, I saved like I think I got the good ending on like 2/3 of them. Yeah, I got it on 2/3 of them on my first playthrough. But all in all, decent game. I'm just gonna rate it in this video. I don't know if I'm gonna do this often, but I think it might be better. I don't think it's you're not gonna probably see it on the platinum journey, because I played it on Epic Games on PC, because that's I bought it for like $10 at some point, and I just said, fuck it, whatever. And I just wanted to give it a rating, and honestly, I'm gonna put it at like a solid 80. I can't really put it higher because there's some problems for sure, but they definitely have patched a few of the bugs since launch, and I think that is a lot better. And now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go watch the fucking CyberPunk anime until it's like 5 in the morning. I don't know, man. I guess I'm up all night. Ooh wee wee ooh.